Call Power Breakfast on 0861 987 000.
The time now is 8:41. You're on Power Breakfast with Tessa Dooms. As we begin to land the Power Breakfast plane this morning, a lot of robust discussion. And comrades, we don't have to agree on everything. The late Eusebius McKaiser, who I owe a lot of my entry into the broadcasting space, would always say, the good sign of a democracy is when we're able to disagree deeply but continue to move forward together. Mr. Herman Mashaba, you were listening as a listener, so a caller this morning on the show, leader of Action SA. You also have a comment on Starlink. Welcome to Power Breakfast.
Yes, good morning, Tess, and good morning to Power listeners. I think one thing that we must accept as South Africans is that transformation of our economy, it's a national imperative. Black people are not poor, are not in Soweto or Alexander because they wanted to be there. They are there because of centuries of brutal, evil laws, and that needs to be addressed. And for us to now all of a sudden talk about transformation having failed because of ANC's broad-based black economic empowerment that favored the political connected, it's a wrong approach. I think at the end of the day, let's put aside the ANC failed policies and look at a broad transformation that can empower South Africans. And we need the laws. We cannot expect to go to church and expect God to take care of this. But I think let me come to the main matter of Starlink. I think for me, it is really a disgrace for President Cyril Ramaphosa and the DA, because the DA has been pushing for ANC to abandon transformation agenda. All of a sudden, the president goes to America with the DA in front of the international media. The president is given instructions to accommodate Starlink. And 2 days later, the DA comes out with change to transformation agenda. And we are expected to accept it. Honestly, I think it's a disgrace. The sovereignty of South Africa is on the market. We had the Gupta's corruption. Now here it is actually done in a public international media where our own government, our sovereignty as a country is so compromised. And I think it's really shame on President Cyril Ramaphosa that he can allow himself to really be used in this manner.
Ndata Mashaba, I was curious when I saw this morning your comments on this, because you are renowned as a proud capitalist, a free marketer, etc., etc. Does your view on this not contradict free market principles? And, the wanting of, should we not just allow Elon, if there's demand, let him supply? Why are you taking this kind of stance as a free marketer?
Well, I take a stance because we can imagine South Africa changing its laws on someone who's an open, blatant racist, someone who hates anything black, someone who hates our country. And our country is now being blackmailed, and we must accommodate such a racist. I think that is where the problem is for me. I'm an unapologetic capitalist. As a capitalist, that's why I have the privilege to do the job that I do. I've been in business for 40 years. The capitalist system has allowed me to really be able to change my own personal life and change the lives of millions of people over the last 40 years. But to allow someone who hates me as a black person, someone who hates my country, and our president is giving instructions in front of the international media. And for us as black people, we must accept that. And I'm afraid we'll take it up with the ANC in Parliament and sure. Expose their putting our country to the biggest bidder, regardless. You just imagine 2 days after their meeting, is there any substantive policy advantage that President Cyril Ramaphosa has come out with ever since? You listen to his press conference. Nothing he achieved for the country. He achieved something for Elon Musk, who hates this country.
Well, I mean, in fairness, Vincent Mogwenya did say that they are now more confident than they were before, that, number one, that there'll be participation of the US in the G20, but also that trade talks are now reopened and re-engaged, and that even if AGOA fails, that there will be some broadening of the number of goods and services. So, I mean, that's about as concrete as it gets. I don't know that that's concrete enough given, what we saw. But that was the response that we got. So I thought maybe I should highlight that. But final question to you, Mr. Mashaba, on this Starlink thing, because our listeners have gone back and forth on this morning. What do you say to people who say, as long as Starlink brings jobs, then it's fine, open the floodgates?
Well, it's unfortunate. Apartheid created jobs. My mother worked as a domestic worker. Even during Christmas, instead of coming home, he had to go and look for white children and clean white homes. It created jobs, but what kind of jobs did they really create and for who? So I think we cannot really look at economics in such simple terms. Absolutely, South Africa needs to grow our economy. One of your listeners mentioned the issue of closed borders. We are allowing, I don't know how many illegal foreigners committing serious crimes in our country, taking jobs of our own people. These are the issues that we've got to really address. We've got factories, ANC alliance partner COSATU closed down factories, but
Sure.
and so forth. So I'm saying is we don't honestly have to sell
Yep.
our country to Starlink, someone who hates us. Let us look at other alternatives.
Thank you. Interesting views there from caller and listener, Mr. Herman Mashaba. We didn't solicit that guest interview, but I thought it was really great that he's listening to the show, had called in.